Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel Periodic Mindset. I am Dr. Shubham Deshmukh, your host and host. So, in the last video, we have seen the introduction about the engineering chemistry, and today we are going to learn about the first unit, that is the water technology. Okay, so let's see what first of all, what do you mean by the water? So, water, everyone knows that water's molecular formula is like H2O. So, this H2O, it is nothing but it is a triatomic molecule. So what do you mean by the triatomic molecule? It is containing the three atoms. So three atoms means that it contains the two hydrogen and one oxygen. So two hydrogen and one oxygen, it contains, that is the H2O. So first of all, I need to tell you that you need to learn the scientific language. Basically, in the scientific language, what we are going to see. So if you are the science student, you need to wear the scientific specs. So what is the scientific specs? For example, I'm going to tell you one story. There is one person who is more thirsty, तो खूप तहानलेला आहे. So for example, this is one person ज्याला खूप तहान लागलेली आहे, and he want the water. So there are the two boards which contains the it is written there is water, and on the another part it is written as the H2O. So this H2O is on the 50 meters and this water is at the 10 kilometers. Okay, so he don't know the scientific language, so he is going towards this water, that is water. He know only the water म्हणजे पाणी, एवढंच त्याला माहिती. त्याला H2O म्हणजे काय, जर त्याला H2O म्हणजे काय माहिती असतं, then he might be going towards the 50 meters and he might have saved his life. So that for that reason you need this scientific language. Okay, so this H2O is you are using this H2O in your day-to-day life, such as like cleaning, washing, cooking, all these domestic uses. You are using this water or the H2O. Okay, and basically this H2O, you know the molecular formula, it is a triatomic molecule, all these things. So basically in this H2O, for example, we need to know the structure of this or the geometry of this H2O. It is like bent structure which having the bond angle of the 104.5 degree. Basically of this geometry, the bond angle is like 120 degree. But due to the lone pairs which are present on this molecule, the oxygen lone pairs, this hydrogen are very tiny atoms and they are going to get bent. And for that reason, from 120 to the 104.5, it is getting slightly decreased. Okay, so the bond angle of this H2O is 104.5 degree. Now, the hybridization of the H2O is sp3 hybridization. These questions may come for the 1 mark or MCQs. You just keep basic question. अगर आपका basic foundation clear नहीं रहेगा, you can't build a good building. So मेरा एक मानना है कि हम पहले basic से start करेंगे. So we are going from the water H2O. Okay. Now we have seen about the introduction part of the water. So introduction is done. In the next part, we are going to see the sources of the water. There are the two types of the sources. One is the natural source, another one is the man-made source. So man-made source means man-made, we have made that for the storage of the water. Okay. So there are like sources of water, like naturally you can say rainwater is the main source of the water. Okay. Another one, there are like underground waters, wells, springs are there. Another one are like surface water, lakes, rivers are there. Okay, so all these are the sources of the water. So we can divide it into the two parts, like one will be like natural water, another will be like man-made water. In the natural water, you will be getting like rainwater, lake water, river water. And in the man-made source, we are going to make it for storage of us, like it will be like well, bore wells. These all are the man-made sources of the water. Okay, so we are done with the introduction of the water. We are done with the sources of the water. Now next part is the hardness of the water. What do you mean by the hard water? Okay, so this hard water or the hardness of water means water is coming to us since many ways. मुझे बहुत सारे जगहों से हमारे पास पानी आता है. It might be coming from the rock, it might be coming from the salts, it is coming through any pathway. So उसमें क्या रहता है कि कुछ minerals will get added into that water. For example, magnesium and calcium, their salts, carbonates. So all these are the minerals which are present in the rock, which will come with the water to us, which imparts the hardness to the water. वो आपके वाटर को हार्डनेस इंपार्ट करेगा. So this is known as the hardness of water. Okay. Now in the next part, we are going to see that what are the type of the water. Okay. So now let's see what are the types of water. There are two types of water. First water is the soft water and second part is the hard water. Now let's see what is a perfect definition of the soft water. 1 mark question it might be coming. Like what is the soft water? You can frame the questions. जसं तुम्हाला पॉइंट्स मिळतील तसे तुम्ही क्वेश्चन्स फ्रेम करत जावा. That is the biggest thing. Okay. So soft water म्हणजे काय? Soft water, the perfect definition of the soft water is the water which forms the lather or the foam with the soap. So what is this soap? What is the chemical formula of this soap? It is C17H35COOH, which is known as the stearic acid. It is known as stearic acid. So this stearic acid may get converted into the salt like this C17H35COONA. So this is the stearate, sodium stearate. When it is combining with the soft water, that is the H2O. So it does not contain any minerals. Okay. So it will give like C17H35COOH plus NaOH. So which is soluble. This part is soluble. This is the acid. Again you are getting the soap and here we are getting the good foam or you can say lather. मराठीमध्ये जर सांगायचं झालं तर तुम्हाला चांगला त्या पाण्यापासून फेस मिळणार आहे. साबणाचा फेस जर चांगला मिळत असेल दॅट इज नोन ॲज दी सॉफ्ट वॉटर. अँड इफ यू आर नॉट गेटिंग गुड लॅदर विथ दी सोप, आता लक्षात घ्या, इफ यू आर लर्निंग इन द डिस्टिंक्शन पॉइंट दॅट इज व्हेरी इफेक्टिव्ह ऑर द हेल्पफुल लर्निंग प्रोसेस. ती खूप इफेक्टिव्ह प्रोसेस असते. म्हणजे तुम्ही जर समजा आता इथं एकाच बाजूला सॉफ्ट वॉटर लिहा आणि एका बाजूला घ्या हार्ड वॉटर. कधी पण लक्षात घ्यायचं की युअर डिस्टिंक्शन पॉइंट्स, वन पॉइंट जर लक्षात आला दुसरा पॉइंट तुमच्या आरामात लक्षात येतो. सो हिअर यू कॅन से विच फॉर्म्स गुड लॅदर विथ सोप. आता सोपचा तर फॉर्म्युला मी तुम्हाला आता सांगितलाय. अँड विच डज नॉट फॉर्म गुड लॅदर विथ सोप. आता तुम्हाला मगाशीच मी दाखवलं what is the reaction of the soft water with the soap. Now we are going to see the reaction of the hard water. So the hard water contains the minerals. For example, this is your water, this is your soap, sorry, C17H35COONA. Okay, so this will react with the hard water. H2O is present, but along with that H2O we are having this Ca2 plus. We are having Ca2 plus, that is the salt of the calcium and magnesium. Okay, or calcium we can say. For example, calcium is the mineral which is present. So what will be the reaction? You have to balance this reaction. This is 2 plus, this is C17H35COO minus, and here will be the Na plus. Now here you can see C17H35COO in the bracket twice Ca. So here there is formation of the calcium stearate. This is the calcium stearate which is insoluble. Which is insoluble in the water, and you can say this is the scum. Scum म्हणजे precipitate तुम्हाला मिळणार आहे सोपचा. It won't form a good lather with the soap. So this is the distinction between like soft water and the hard water. So it might be so you can frame the questions such as what is the soft water. You can frame the questions such as what is the hard water. Now you can frame the question, give the distinction between the soft water and the hard water. So you can write many points. So it might come for you. You need to frame the questions like this using the points. Okay. So these are the points regarding the soft water and the hard water. So we have covered the introduction of the water, sources of the water, hardness of water, what is the hardness of water, and we have covered the types of water, that is the soft water and the hard water. Now we are going to see what is the temporary hardness, permanent hardness, and the total hardness in the next video. Please like, subscribe, and do comment in the comment box. Thank you.